Two new Taiwanese tea samples and some new Taiwanese tea. So I just want to make sure try this as quickly as possible before all my tea samples getting piled up and I forgot to try them, which, believe me, happen all the time. But this is a Taiwanese Soishen. It's already brewed like 7-8 times. I didn't record it, but it's amazing. Soishen oolong from Taiwan, not from China. We carried this like for a few months last year, and it was really popular. So I tried to bring it back, and it's organic and very nice roast. This time I requested for like slightly roasted, slightly lighter, so that you can actually taste the tea instead of just overwhelming roasty notes. Which some people enjoy that, but I like it just medium roast, and then you can still taste the tea. Almost more commonly with a lot of like Taiwanese dongding oolong. So those are the kind of flavor profile I like. Considering this been brewed like 7 times, I also drink this. I drank this last night, and it's still really good. I think I can easily get another 3 to 4 brew out of this. So very excited. This is what the leaf looks like. It's still hand-picked. Beautiful, gorgeous leaf. Very soft and tender. Very limited batch. I was told that if I want this more, because I only brought like I think like a kilo. If I want more, I should get more, because the batches is always different when it comes to like a small farm. They have like different batches for like, even though they might be picked the same day, but they still separate them by the lot, like the lot number, like the batch number. So very soft and tender, and pretty nice resistant. And I was using about 4 grams. But there's some other tea I want to try. I also got a new batch of honey oolong. So that's actually the one that I'm gonna try. Can't help to try the Soishen myself last night, and I'm glad I did. It was very good. Alright, so now we're gonna try this organic one. Very quick. Measure them about 5 grams, or 4 grams probably enough. Let's see. So the batches is slightly different with the one that on the website. So we're gonna see how different they are as far as like the flavor. Okay. This is a bug-bitten tea leaf. Smells kind of like almost like a ginseng with licorice, actually, just like a tiny bit sweet licorice. It's a little bit different with the one that we have. And technically I was supposed to pay double on this price, almost double, like 60% more, but the farmer was willing to give me for the same price as what I paid before, but just for this time. So technically the quality should be even better than the one that is on the website for the same price, right? So that's just the rinse. Just gonna open up the flavor. Sweet, buttery, caramel, popcorn, little bit nutty, almost like a butter pecan, like a sweet honey glaze pecan, if I have to think about it. Really kind of like winter kind of note, honestly. I'm gonna actually brew it immediately, try to bring out the flavor. So meanwhile, I have some other tea I gotta try. I'm not gonna try everything. I am just going to try one other tea. Let's see. I have 2 other shui xian, and then 1 honey black tea and 1 cold 4 seasons oolong. So since this is kind of like a honey red tea, so it's basically about the same. You know, honey black tea, honey red tea is about the same. So we're gonna compare it with the sample I'm getting. So we're just gonna do 2 teas. It's gonna take it easy today. Got a lot of things to do. All right, so that's about 1 minute brew. All right, so completely organic, bug-bitten from Nantou. Let's see if I have any information about when it was harvested. It doesn't say when it was harvested. But if I have to guess, it's probably last year spring. So we'll give it a try. Beautiful color, very thick looking. You can see the liquid looks heavy. That's a good sign. Very sweet. Barely any dryness. The aftertaste, it lingers slightly. It's not a very powerful. It doesn't linger as strong as I want it to, but that's pretty common with a lot of honey black tea, to be honest with you. But let's brew it stronger. I feel like I might be able to bring out more flavor. So second brew should be stronger. Meanwhile, I am going to good flavor, but if I'm judging by texture, it's very good. Judging by aftertaste, a bit weak. But that was also first brew. Very thick though, thick texture, really nice weight, nice body. Even a bit kind of like a floral on the back. All right, this one is not a lot of samples, so I'm only going to put probably 3 grams. Oh, much finer honey black tea. The other one is more like honey red oolong actually. So I'm gonna just do, the sample is very small amount. I'm just gonna do 3 grams on this one. All right, so much stronger brew. Okay, I'm start feeling the aftertaste. What I like about this one though, the caffeine feels kind of amazing. It warms you up from inside. It doesn't really hit your head. I feel like it's filled this area. This is the second brew, a bit darker. Let's try this one. This is still the same one. All right, let's try this one. Looks stronger. Oh, once it's cooled down, I start feeling the buttery kind of like notes to it, which is really smooth. The aftertaste is starting to comes out a little bit more. Very smooth. This is like a dessert tea. This is a good tea to like introduce to people that are just starting out. The flavor doesn't really overpower no matter how strong I want it to come out with, and could be a good thing for a lot of people that easily overbrewing their tea. Now that I breathe a bit stronger, I feel a really tiny bit of tartness, which is not overwhelming. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet. This is definitely the kind of tea for those that love their sweet flavor. All right, now I'm gonna try this one to compare. Well, I'm gonna have to transfer this tea to my holding for now, because I might want to drink it again later. This is why we're just gonna do 2 tea today. It's so difficult to do sometimes, to do tasting for like 4 or 5 tea at the same time. Yes, your appreciation is just keep going down, you know. But sometimes I have so many samples, I just have to do it that way. All right. Just have to rinse this real quick. Overall, I think it's a solid 8 out of 10. I think if I use lower temperature, it will be even sweeter. I was using boiling, but there's no bitterness or whatsoever. So definitely an easy tea to make. Okay. All right. Let's see this one. So now, from a honey red oolong to a honey black tea. All right. The leaf is much more finer, a little bit tinier. You can see the smell. Let's see. A little bit more caramel, a little bit more like kind of like a burnt sugar. A little bit more fruity. All right. Still have this. Compare it. I will say this is sweeter actually. Oh yeah. Now because this is a smaller leaf, I'm going to use a bit lower temperature. Right, I'm gonna use 195. And I can still feel the sweetness from the other tea. I think it will be interesting to compare the difference. Yeah, this reminds me of a little bit of our black tea, other black tea from last year, like the award winner black tea. All right, so this is slightly lower temperature. I'm using 195. Also, I put a little bit less. Also, I use like 3 grams instead of 5 grams, 4.5 grams, I think, on that one. Let's see the difference. I'm gonna steep it for like about a minute. Put the timer a bit late, but so I'm guessing that was about 30 seconds. So let's see how good this one is. Super excited. Recently I've been planning to make my schedule to go to Japan and Taiwan. No, I'm sorry, Japan and China. So I'm still working on that. It's a lot more difficult, you know, even though I've been there before. But it's actually I try to make my schedule as open as possible, so I can like last minute just move to one region to another region. At least that's my style, you know. Not for everybody, but that's the kind of style I like. Less stress, and you know, just kind of like let it feel where it takes me and stuff. All right, this is about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. color. Is a note like a fresh, kind of like sweet grass somehow. It's a little bit more complex than I remember, but it does remind me of like a sweeter version of like an Indian black tea with no tannin. A bit spicier, just tiny hint of spicy. Tastes like almost like a sweet bamboo. It's like a sweet sugar cane. I thought it will have more like caramel notes, but no, not really. It's just like a sweet sugar cane with kind of like a stock, kind of like flavor. Pretty nice, pretty refreshing, very refreshing actually. I would imagine it's gonna be a little bit more citrus note, but not really. Now I'm gonna use boiling water. I mean, overall, this is all really good tea. Whether I want to sell it is the only question. Nowadays, it's just hard for me to pick even some of like really good tea. Like this is really good tea. Selling it really, yeah. I mean, I think I'll be okay selling it, but I don't know. And then I think the more I do this tea tasting, the more I've been trying to find good tea. I think sometimes my expectation is just not really ideal anymore. It's almost like I have to lower my expectation because, you know, I kind of happy that I have high expectation because I want to try to find the best of the best. But sometimes it makes me feel, you know what? If I have such a high expectation, I'll never find a new tea. So, you know, that's where I kind of play around with the tea club. You know, things that is like I think it's really good. I'm not sure if I'm gonna carry it. You know. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Um, because it's such a small batches at the right price. I think people will love this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there are certain teas just should just be like affordable, and then you can drink it at that time, and then when it's gone, it's gone. Maybe it's not a bad idea to do that. You know. Yeah, I think I can do that. So I'm using boiling water now. So I raise the temperature. I'm gonna see how bitter it gets by like brewing it longer. Okay. It's kind of hard to say which one I like more. They both are organic. They both are clean. One of them, the previous one was certified organic. This one, I don't know if it's certified organic. I don't think it is. They both are bug-bitten. One of them is more like an oolong. This one is more like a black tea. Right, so let's give this a try. Beautiful color. It's pretty. Oops. Let's see if it's how dry it becomes. Usually when you make it really strong, it gets a bit drier. Pretty consistent. It's hard to say which one I like more. The other one is sweeter. This is more like a sweet black tea, really. So I think it really depends on the person. They both are really, really good tea. At the end, I think it's just a matter of the price, whether or not the price matches with the quality. That's all. Um, no, yeah, I think I'm very happy with both. Uh, mm, I will say the other one is probably smoother. It has like that buttery notes, or this one is more like a black tea kind of texture. And I'm personally more like an oolong person, so I personally probably prefer the red oolong over this black tea. But by all means, it's not saying this is bad tea though. This is really good tea. Mm. I just wish I can differentiate them better with what I already have, and it's definitely different. But I don't know. It's just kind of difficult because I can imagine how this is. The price is a bit more than what I want to pay or like what my customer want to pay without knowing the price. I just guess. But anyway, overall, I think I'm pretty happy with both teas. And there are more tea I want to try, but I have to come back to do more live sessions, and hopefully I find another tea that is like really special. But so far, they both are good, solid. But is it like any different than things that I've tried in the past? Not really, right? But regardless, they're really good, solid tea. So I'll have to try all the other samples before I can like really decide which one I like the most. Or sometimes maybe I won't find anything, and that's okay. And I'm going to China in a couple months, so I'm gonna find a lot of new tea anyway. So I'm not rushing. If you have any questions, definitely just shoot me a message. Thank you again for watching. See you again until the next video. Bye.